Hello everybody, this is Petey from BurgZerg Arcade at BurgZergArcade.com, and this is tutorial 265. Now let's just go ahead and pick up where we left off at our last tutorial. So I'm going to go ahead and open up Unity, and I'm also going to go ahead and open up Model Develop. Now where we left off in the last one, we had just actually got the, let's see, we'll go down to the melee attack. We'd actually just got the reset timer working right. And I just quickly want to go into game, and just to make sure that only thing firing off right now is the actual melee attack every 2 seconds, at least for the debug code. It's just going to make things a lot easier to sort through to see exactly what's going on, at least with the part of the game that we're working on right now. So I'm going to go ahead and run up to my mob, and sure enough we get the melee attack, which is called from the attack function, or the melee attack function. And of course the we hit is just the loop that it goes through when it attacks, because right now the only thing it can do is hit. So we're going to go ahead, we'll clear that off, and we're going to go in and take a look here for our melee attack function. And the next thing I want to start working with is the animation. Now I believe we're handling all of our animation in our advanced movement script. And here it is right here. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up. I just have to keep this clean, smaller screen resolution so I don't have as much real estate there. But anyway, so I'm going to want to come down here and create some sort of attack string. But I said I also wanted to go over and start using animation clips. So what I'm going to do is come down to the bottom here, and I'm going to create it down here. So public animation clip, and the name I want for this clip, which is going to be, let's just call it attack for now, because right now I'm just going to have the one attack. We could call it melee attack. For now I'm just going to keep it attack. If I need to change it later on, I can refactor it. So go ahead, we'll close this, or sorry, just tab out. And what I want to do is actually come in and make some room up here. Let me see, resources. I'm actually going to spawn one of these guys. So here we go. We have it right here. We'll close down the animation. Actually, before we do that, let's take a look here, see what the animation clip's called. He has attack, and attack idles when he's standing there in the attack position. And it looks like that's it that I have to worry about for now. Now, of course, you know, if you don't have this model, you're going to have to take a look at your model and see how to basically rig this system up for your model. It shouldn't be that hard. I try to keep things as universally usable as possible. But let's go down to our advanced movement. And sure enough, down at the bottom, we have the animation clip. So let me see. I'm not sure if I can actually do it in here. I'm going to try it though anyway. So I'm going to open up animation, click on the attack. It shows me where that is. I'm just going to shrink this down, and I'm going to take that attack clip, drag it right over there, and click off. I'm actually going to click back on the Dungeon Guardian just to see if it actually did save. So here we go. And if we scroll down on the advanced movement script, I'm not even seeing it now. Well, let's just spawn one, take a look here. We'll just go ahead, we'll throw them in the world right here. See, fall, walk speed, my blind, I'm just so used to seeing the strings, which I don't have one here, but anyway, I'm so used to seeing the strings, I just, once I got on the animation clip, did not recognize it. So I'm going to go over here. If you click on it, you can see all the other animation clips that you have in your game. I'm not worried about those though. So it looks like it connected. Let me just quickly check down here again. Yep, it's there. So I'm going to go ahead and close that down. Just quickly save it. I'm going to head back in, and I'm going to want to set some sort of function up to go through this. At least something that I can call so that that we can start working with that animation. So I'm just actually going to come all the way down to the bottom, and I'm going to create a function called melee attack. And of course this will be public. Void melee attack. And for now it's not going to accept any parameters. All I really want is just a debug log statement in here. And I'm going to say melee attack animation. And just to let me know that this is being fired off. Alrighty. Down here and actually right underneath here, and I'm just going to want to make sure that I actually have something assigned to that variable that we have up top. So I'm going to say if, and I believe I called it attack. is equal to null. I'm just going to debug .log wrong log. We need an animation clip for this script. And what I'm actually going to do is actually go ahead and take it out. Well, we're not even calling that function yet, so let's not worry about that. So let's come back down here and we'll take a look. And now because this script is attached to the same script, or sorry, attached to the same game object that our AI script is attached to, just like we did with the player input script, we can use the send message function to actually call this method here that we want to perform. And we can basically, it allows you to communicate between functions between different scripts that are attached to the same game object. And the way it works is it actually calls the method name. And if we notice here, I actually spelt the method wrong. I wanted melee attack. So if we go ahead and copy this and we head back into our AI script, we can just actually use the send message. And the message we want to send is melee attack. And I already see a problem with this. We have two methods called melee attacks. We have this one here, and we have this one here. Now it's going to get confused and not know exactly what method to call, and it's just going to get hung up. So what I'm going to say here is say play melee attack. Now you might be able to pass in the name of the actual script that's attached to. I'm not 100% sure. Send message is something I don't usually use. It is slower than a direct message call, but since we're not using this consistently, frame after frame, I don't really think there'll be any sort of impact. But this is really quick and easy way to, get it done. One line of code. So we're going to start with this. So anyway, I'll put my send message in there. I got the function name. I'll go ahead and let my scripts recompile, hit clear, and well, let's try it out. We'll go ahead, hit play, run up to our mob, and we should see the method for the animation, or the debug log that we have in there. We should see it debug out. And once he starts running at us, we'll just stand here, and sure enough, here it is here. The animation has taken place. And while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and just make sure that the debug's working. I'm trying to think how to clear this. There we go. Just hit delete. And that'll clear out the animation clip here. And now when I run over here, it should activate the debug that we've put in there as well. Now, it's been a while since I've worked with animation clips as far as referencing them over here. So I'm not 100% sure if I can get everything right off the top of my head the first time around. And sure enough, here's our debug message that we need the animation clip. But that's fine. It'll be a nice reminder for me and possibly a little bit of a learning experience for you. So I'm going to go ahead, attach this again, and close this up. All right, so let's save that off. We'll head back into MonoDevelop, and let's go back down to our advanced movement script. And I'm going to change this up a bit. I'm going to say that if it is null, not only do I want to debug log out a message, I also want to return, which basically just breaks me out. So if I don't have an animation clip attached to this, I'm not going to do anything after this. And everything we do after this is going to depend on us actually having something in that variable. So we'll go ahead, we'll put that there. And first thing we want to do, well, I'm actually going to change this to a warning as well. And then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to go ahead and take that attack, which I'm already looking at thinking, really it's a horrible name. I thought maybe I could get by with it, but it's already bugging me. So I'm going to go ahead and change it to melee attack, maybe 1. And wow. At the top, it used to have a refactor. I'm not seeing it right now. I'll just do it manually. And we'll just do melee attack. Well, for now, we won't worry about the arrays. because you can't have more than one melee attack. But I'm just going to call it melee attack for now. And of course, we'll come all the way back down to the bottom. And we're going to have to rename all this, but I've only used it one other spot. And I think I've made it private up top. Did I really? Yeah, see, I always put that underscore in for my private variables, just so I know when I'm down here and I'm working with it that, oh, look, it's a private variable. But anyway, there we go. Everything should be fine. So I'm going to come down here and I want to start doing a few things with it. Let's start playing around with some of the properties of an animation clip. And the best way to do that, I guess, really, well, I guess actually the best way is just to go ahead and look at the Unity documentation, but I think most people that are actually following up my tutorial series don't want to look at the documentation, so we're just going to go ahead and debug log out some of the basic things about an animation clip that we might want to play around with. And the first one's going to be the actual length of the animation clip. So let's go ahead and, well, let's say length. And we'll append onto here. We called it melee attack dot. And here we are with all the different things that belong to our melee attack. And there should be one called, I think, length. Yes. So we'll go ahead and just save this off.